What's up everyone, John Rettinger from Techno.Buffalo here with an unboxing of the newest Android 3.0 tablet on the block. This is the Asus Eee Pad Transformer. Let's go ahead, dig in, and see if there's more than meets the eye. I'm sure I'm the only one that's ever made that joke. Alright, so this is a demo unit sent by the folks at Asus. Not sure how your packaging is going to come, but if you order it, presumably it'll look very similar. If you are looking to pick one up for yourself, units will be available at retail on the 26th of April. Pricing is going to be $399 for the 16 gig, $499 for the 32 gig, and $149 for the docking station. And I'll show you what that is in just a minute, because the Eee Pad Transformer brings some pretty cool things here to the tablet world. So we'll go ahead and use the obligatory, unnecessarily large knife. I'll make some also obligatory jokes about not cutting off my finger. Go ahead and rip the tape. Let's see what we have inside. So here is the retail packaging of the Asus Eee Pad Transformer. We'll run through the specs in just a moment. Push that off to the side. Here is one of the coolest things actually about the Eee Pad Transformer. This is a keyboard dock, and I'm looking forward to showing you this as well. So push the box off to the side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Transformer itself. So here it is. We'll bring the camera in just a bit. Eee Pad Transformer. It's got a picture of the device on the front. It's got that pretty typical tablet form factor, the slate look. Let's go ahead, we got an Eee Pad Transformer, some more images, Eee Pad Transformer, some more, and we got some legal business on the back. But that's not what everyone wants to see, that's not what I want to see. This is the first time I've actually had a hands-on with one of these guys, so I am looking forward to it. Looks like the tape has been opened, and here is the Asus Eee Pad Transformer. Let's go ahead and open it up. Feels very light in the hands actually. Push it off the side for just one moment. See what else you're going to get in the box of your Android 3.0 tablet. We're going to get the required stuff. We've got a little bit of reading, getting started guide, tips for using your Eee Pad. Got a adapter for the wall charger and a proprietary connection cable to USB. Alright, enough of that. Let's go ahead and look at the Transformer itself. And because I can hear you all screaming in the comments, I'm going to remove the plastic before I start talking about the device. So, you've taught me a little bit about it. It's IPS screen and all kinds of other goodness, but I will talk to you about that. We don't need any stickers. Tell us. Let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic. Here is the Eee Pad Transformer. The thing is very, very light. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try and boot it up. And while it's booting up, I will run through the specs. Power button looks to be on the left-hand side. Not sure if it's got any sort of charge in it. Hopefully it's got something. Alright, so the Eee Pad Transformer. There's a lot to like about this guy, starting with its 10.1-inch IPS display with a resolution of 1280 by 800. IPS is going to give you a little bit darker black, some brighter colors, and it's going to give you better visibility in direct sunlight as well as a better viewing angle. So you're looking at it from an angle wherever you might be. The stuff on the screen should look pretty good. It is being powered by NVIDIA's Tegra 2, so that is a dual-core processor with 1 gigahertz on each core. It's also got a gig of RAM. That is not a typo or a mistake. This has 1 gig of RAM in here. Storage is either going to be 16 or 32, as I mentioned. Again, price points are going to be $399 for the 16 or $499 for the 32. 802.11 BGNN, what you'd expect. On the front, there is a 1.2 megapixel camera. You can see that sucker right there. And if we show its butt, we will see a 5 megapixel camera. I can tell you, I do right off the bat like the camera placement. Seems like it's going to be difficult to put your fingers right there and cover it. I know on the iPad, for example, I always have my fingers cover the camera. It can get quite annoying. You've got a micro SD card reader, audio. You've got the G sensor, light sensor, gyroscopic, e-compass, GPS, flash support, multitasking of course. You've got some custom Asus business going on here. you're going to get about 9.5 hours of battery life, or 16 hours with the dock. The dock has its own battery life in it. Alright, so let's take a look at the device. I'll do a hands-on sort of tour of the Android operating system. I've done that in the past, but this one has some sort of nice additions to it. So you've got a volume rocker on the left and right side, physical power button that lives there on the left, nothing on top. On the right hand side, you've got HDMI out. There's your charging connector, 3.5mm headset jack. Also have a microphone. On the bottom, looks like we've got the dock connector as well as some speakers. Let's go ahead and kick the screen on one more time. There we go. We'll unlock it and we should get that nice honeycomb look to it. Alright, so now that we've taken a look at the tablet, let's take a look at why this is actually called the Transformer and look at the dock for it, which we will unbox. Push the tablet off to the side. If you're interested in picking up the dock here, which does have an extra battery, it's going to set you back $149. So we'll go ahead and see if there's any tape to cut here. I don't think there is. Nope, this one does have tape. So we'll go ahead and slice through that. There we go. And from what I've seen and what I've read, this dock connector is what separates the ePad from the rest of the Android 3.0 tablets that are on the market or coming out on the market. So here it is. It is a keyboard, got that same look and feel to it. A little bit on the heavy side, perhaps that's because it's got an extra battery in it. Some documentation, and looks like that's about it. It'll charge the same way as the tablet. So I'll push this off to the side, and now let's take a look at said dock. Go ahead, rip it out of its plastic. I will aggressively rip it out of its plastic. I think this tilts up. There we go. And it does tilt up. And take a look at this. You've got a full keyboard, almost what you'd see on an Asus netbook or any other kind of netbook. Pretty decently spaced keys. It's not giantly full size, but you could definitely type something on here. You do have a trackpad. You've got one physical button that actually serves as the left and right click. Now on the other side of it, we've got the, looks like there's the charging port. And on the other side, living under here, should be a USB port, which is really kind of cool for storage. There's a custom Asus software built on here that'll let you drag and drop files and access files right from USB. We also have a full SD card slot living right there. I can pull that out to show you. Let's see. Push in. Well, there we go. SD card. Doesn't come with one, just a dummy, but there is a card in there. All right, let's go ahead and dock the tablet and see what this looks like. We'll pull back the camera a little bit. So this is looking to really bridge that gap between, I want to carry a tablet because it's nice and light and I want to do my browsing, but I also might have to actually do some productivity that a tablet just isn't going to provide. Tablets are great for media consumption, not necessarily media creation. Looks like this is aiming to fix that. So looks like we got the dock connectors and everything right there. Let's go ahead and drop it in and see if we can find where that connects. Or at least attempt to see where that connects. So goes right in there, as you can see. Go ahead and drop it in. Actually, it was pretty easy. And then when you go ahead and close it, actually if I leave it open, so it lets you know that it is connected. Now when you close it, actually have almost a laptop. It doesn't weigh very much. It's got a pretty nice feel to it. It's got the same look on the front and back. It's also going to charge it when it's plugged in, assuming the keyboard has a charge. Should come close to doubling the battery life. Go ahead and open it up, and there's some productivity suites in here that let you know that you can use the keyboard for typing. Let me go ahead and pull the tablet out and run a real quick size comparison for you with some other tablets that we've got going on. I'll go ahead and pull it out of the dock, which is relatively easy to do. Push the dock off to the side, and if you're looking to get a tablet, chances are you might be cross-shopping. So if you are indeed cross-shopping, you might be looking at a device like the Motorola Zoom. You can see these two right next to each other. The Zoom feels much heavier. The ePad Transformer is a little bit longer. You can see right there. A little bit thinner as well. And then the zoom. You may also be looking at an iPad 2. So here is an iPad 2 for comparison purposes. 10.1 inch screens. The iPad is a decent amount thinner. Also feels a little bit lighter. And perhaps you are looking at an iPad 1 even. So here is the iPad 1 for comparison purposes. You can see what those look like there. So this was a first unboxing and very quick hands-on of the new Eee Pad Transformer and the dock. I'm really looking forward to getting some hands-on time with this and spending some more loving, tablety, greasy fingers with this IPS screen and see how the Eee Pad Transformer responds. Anyway guys, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. See you in the next video.